Izolky se exkluzivně hlásí z Vídeňského Comic Conu 2016.
Jsme tu, je tu plno cosplayerů, jsou tu nějaký komiksový autory, urobíme s nimi pár rozhovorů, bude to úplně super, takže
uvidíte víc než jenom všude chodící lidi, ale ty uvidíte taky.
A fronty.
Hrozně front.
Jsou to fronty.
Jsme tu pro vás. Tady na Vídeňském Comic Conu jsme potkali úžasného ilustrátora Adama Hughese. Hello.
Hello.
How do you like it here?
Here in Vienna?
In Vienna.
I've been here a little over a day, and I think it's wonderful so far.
Yes.
So.
And sorry. Do you always wanted to be an artist?
I think so. I always knew I was going to be an artist because I'm not qualified to do anything else. I'm really bad. I can't even flip a good burger. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Well, so someone else is taking care of cooking.
My wife, yes, my wife.
Well, so you're good. I can't flip a burger and I can't draw, so it's still something.
You know, it's we've all got our little niches in life.
Oh.
So.
Okay, so I have a question. Your naturalistic style of drawing is really time-consuming, so that's why you mostly do covers?
Well, it's sort of the other way around. I developed my sort of naturalistic style because I was only getting offered covers.
Really?
Yes. Now that I'm doing more interiors, all my decades of drawing covers are biting me in the ass. Because I want to draw every panel like a cover, and there's not enough time in the world. So now I've got to learn. Over the last year or so, I've been relearning how to dial it back, how to sort of calm down, and not put as much detail into stuff.
Oh yeah, so you are really into details and decorations in your art.
I got into that because I thought people should get their money's worth for when they're paying me to do a cover, and it got out of hand.
Now it's really hard to get rid of the how you say it, like I don't know how to say it.
All the details.
Well, you need to like get used to a little bit new style.
Yes. Yeah, it's almost like it's been so long since I've done interiors. It isn't a matter of me remembering how I used to draw. It's me trying to invent a new style.
Oh, so something completely different.
It feels that way. None of it feels like, oh yeah, this is how I used to do it 20 years ago.
Oh.
So it is not at all like riding a bicycle in any way, shape, or form.
So you still have to learn, right?
Well, I think any non-insane artist has to learn. I believe any artist that says, I've figured it out, I know how to draw everything, I've mastered everything, I think they're nuts.
Yeah,
I will go to my grave, probably my last words will be, oh, that's how you do that. And I think the best artists are the ones who are constantly learning.
Yeah, that's true. Completely agree, because no one can be perfect. And I think that's quite a wonderful thing, because I think the nature is not imperfection. It's like naturalistic to be imperfect, yes. And that's the originality in it.
I agree.
How did you got to your naturalistic pin-up style?
Mainly because most of my favorite artists were like that, and there was room in American comic books for that type of style. You know, I could draw like a. My favorite style of artwork is what we call in America the golden age of American illustration. Early 20th century to mid 20th century. That's the sort of artwork that I love the most. And being a comic book cover artist has allowed me the chance to explore that, because those artists, they all drew for magazine covers, they did magazine illustrations, and that stuff doesn't happen anymore. most people use Photoshop images and things like that. So comics are a great place for me to explore this ancient, art technique that I like, and still get to be creative. So that's how I came towards it. It was just somebody gave me way too much rope to hang myself.
And can I ask, how did your parents reacted for you to be a comic artist? Because I don't think it's really popular among parents.
Well, I think my mother was happy that I wasn't headed towards jail. So she was, more than willing to give me paper and pencil. And whenever I misbehaved as a child, she took it away.
Wow.
Yeah, she realized early on that if I did something wrong, like skipping school, punishing me, she said, "Go to your room. You're grounded for a week." I didn't care. I would sit and draw. I don't.
Hell yes.
Hell yes. And when she realized that the only way she could make me suffer was to take away pencil and paper, I told her that was actually a political crime. I said that even political prisoners are allowed paper and pencil. And I once threatened my mother with calling Amnesty International.
Really?
And I was 12, and she was like, "Shut up! You don't even know what that is."
And you needed your paper and everything.
That's right. And if not, I would just draw on the wall with a burnt stick. No. But I told her I would, and she let me have paper and pencil back after that.
Oh, nice tactic. Do you have some tips for starting comic book artists?
Okay. My tip for any starting artist is to always draw. When you're learning, and art is one of the only places where this works. You can't, like if you're training to go to the Olympics, or if you're doing some other form of activity, you can overtrain. You can hurt yourself. You can pull a muscle. You can burn out and something like that. Art is one of the only things where the more you do it, the better you will get. And that is the only law in artwork. That is the only rule. Everything else is subjective. But if you do 10,000 drawings, and like you said yourself that you can't draw, if you do 10,000 drawings, I guarantee you, at the 10,000th drawing, you'll be better than you were at the 500th drawing.
Yeah, maybe.
And so when people no, you will be. It's not a maybe, because you'll learn something. Even if you're not even trying, you will learn something while you're drawing. And I tell artists, I said, it doesn't matter if you get to that 10,000th drawing next year or when you're 70. You will be a better artist. It's the law, okay? It's like the fabric of the universe. It is immutable and unchangeable. So I tell them, the faster you get to that 10,000th drawing, the faster you will produce artwork you like. So draw all the time. The more you draw, every time you draw, you get closer. There's a popular expression that we all have, X amount of terrible drawings in us, and like let's say 10,000 of them. The faster you get them out of the way, then you can get to the good stuff.
Ah, nice.
So draw all the time. Carry a sketchbook around. If you're waiting for your favorite television show to come on, do a couple quick drawings. If you're waiting for the bus, you can always take an opportunity to just whip out a pad and pencil and just practice.
Did you have sometimes feeling you don't want to do it anymore? Like you felt you draw something really bad and you just run off patience or something like that?
No. There are times when I draw something bad, I usually go do yard work or like leaves or gardening or drink heavily. And then I just go back to it when the art demons have gone away and I can actually draw again. I'm one of those people that is not very consistent. I'm not one of those people that can produce good artwork every day.
Yeah.
Someday I should be on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. Other days, I don't even know which end of a pencil is the right way. No, I've never been discouraged by anything that I've drawn. I have been discouraged by the fact that I turned my hobby into my job. And my uncle told me, he was the only other artistic person in our family. When I first got into comics, my uncle said, when your hobby becomes your job, it's time to find a new hobby. And he's right. Because when I used to get done at the factory, or I used to get done at the plant, wherever I was working, I'd go home at night and draw all night. Well, if I've been drawing 12 hours, the last thing I want to do at the end of the day is go, well, I'm going to, when I see these artists online who say, I just got done drawing 10 pages and here was my cool down drawing.
No.
I'm just kind of like, oh, obscene gesture, you know? And I hate them because it's like, I just want to get away from the drawing table at that point. And that's the only point is when, where I feel like not doing it is when I turn something that used to be fun into something that is now not quite so fun, but it's rewarding. And fun and rewarding are two different words.
Stephane Roux, comic book illustrator. Hello.
Hi.
What are you working on now?
Oh, right now I'm not working much. I'm taking a break because I'm actually building I live in the US, so I'm building a custom motorcycle that I'm going to take next year on a trip across the States because I never get to see around when I go to conventions over there. All I know is convention centers.
Yeah, only halls and everything.
So I'm gonna be riding my bike with a bunch of friends, and we're gonna be touring across the States and look around, do some drawings, watercolors, and paintings and stuff like that. And so right now I'm taking a little bit time off and I'm working on my project.
Are you planning would you make a lot of drawings around the States? I think it would be really interesting to see it as a book or something.
Yeah, actually, there's going to be a book in the end when we gather every illustration, photos, drawings, paintings. We're going to take an unusual amount of time for Americans because they don't take much vacation. But we're going to try to do that over the course of maybe a month and a half. So my friends have to prepare ahead of time. Make sure they'll have enough time for that so that I can work from pretty much everywhere. So it's not a problem for me, but for them it might be an issue.
Oh yeah.
But you know, it's worth seeing everything that's so beautiful about the countryside. So
you did a lot of characters, Star Wars, Marvel.
I worked a lot
DC.
for DC, and I worked a lot for DC and Marvel. Dark Horse. I was doing the Star Wars miniseries with a special agent just before everything Star Wars went back to Marvel. But most of my work has been with Dark Horse, on Zatanna, on Birds of Prey, stuff like that, until recently Power Girl and Harley Quinn.
Yeah, that's really awesome. We agree that we really love that.
Oh, thank you very much. It was really fun to work on because of the way it was written. The dialogues and the action was just, I mean, Jimmy and Amanda are doing an amazing work on that book, so it was really fun.
You just can see the chemistry between the two characters.
Oh yeah, well it was laid out for me by the writing because it's Fire and Ice. One is like super serious and the other one is just for the sake of being funny, she will put the other one in trouble. So it was really, really, really fun to do.
Okay, and which one of the characters is most fun to you to draw?
That's a trick question because sometimes the funniest character, the more fun character to draw for me, might not be my favorite, but then it becomes my favorite because of that. It becomes one of my favorite because of that. I like to draw Howard the Duck. Howard the Duck and Rocket Raccoon. So characters that have a lot of range for expressions and stuff like that. A character that can be very serious and should be very serious is not always the most fun to draw, but yeah, the ones that you can play with and change expressions and be a little bit more cartoony. My background is in animation, so I'm always drawn to the characters that have a wide range of silly expressions.
Animations. You work also on the storyboards.
I did some storyboard. I actually did some storyboards for a Luc Besson movie. That was the CGI animated film with the Arthur, the little people. So I did a little bit of storyboard for that, but mostly it was in animation in France. I also directed shows. I did character design, I did background painting, design, whatever. I worked a little bit for Disney when they had a studio there. So yeah, I've covered pretty much everything in animation.
That's actually my next question. You worked for Disney, and I wanted to ask if it's really that tough as they are saying.
Well, it was, at the time I was working for them, it was in the 90s, it was in the French studio, which might have been a little bit more laid back than the ones in the US. I've never worked in the ones in the States. Friends who went there, but it's not tough because their level of quality matches the comfort they give you to actually get the work done. They make everything possible so that you can do a great job. So in a way it was a dream job because we never had to, we were totally free of proposing things within the range of what we were doing. And they only want the best, but they don't put the pressure because you integrate that when you get there. You want to give the best anyway, because it's Disney. Because I mean, as a kid, you grew up watching those, so you want to do your best while you're there. Of course, you don't want to leave a bad impression, you know.
Yeah, I totally get you. So you worked, as I said before, you worked in a lot of companies. Are there some really big differences between them?
Not much, because some of the editors that I've worked with might end up being in the next company that I'll be working with. At the time I'm working with an editor in a company, whether it's DC Dark Horse or smaller ones like Boom or whatever. Then I switch to another job when I'm done, and I work with another guy, and then before you know it, the guy I worked with in the first place, it might have been a year and a half or 2 years since I worked with him, and he might have moved to another company. So it's just in the details, sometimes in the process maybe of how things are validated, approved, but all in all it's pretty much the same job. You get the script, you read it, you talk with your editor, you get the work done, and then if there's changes sometimes after everything is done, some come back to you and ask, do you want to do them? Is it okay if somebody else does it? So, and sometimes they just ask you to do it, or they just don't ask. It's just in the little details.
And you said you've been doing like character design, animation, storyboards. Which one is your favorite?
Batman. The Batman animated show is hands down.
Really?
That's my favorite. And I got really lucky that when I was working on Zatanna in the comic book, I worked with the writer who actually wrote and was supervising the writing on the Batman animated show. So to me, that was just like, it was Christmas. That was just perfect.
Just sweet memories.
And Paul Dini is such a great guy. It's an honor to have been able to draw one of his stories.
I'm so happy to hear that.
That's amazing, thank you.
Last question, do you have some tips for the starting young comic books
artists?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, maybe a couple. You have to be curious about everything. As uninspiring as this water bottle can be, you got to make sure that you can draw it and make people thirsty. That's one thing.
I'm thirsty now.
You gotta be curious even about the boring things that you don't want to draw. You gotta force yourself into this, and always carry a notebook, draw in the bus, draw in the only place where you don't draw is in the tub. Aside from that, you can draw in your bed, you can draw everywhere. And then go to the basics. I mean, if you're interested in manga or in a comic book, don't skip learning the academic drawing, because it's like a skeleton. You wouldn't draw a body without a skeleton. So you have to know how a hand is drawn, or the shoulders are on a rib cage. It will save your life so many times later on. And after that you can have all the fun you want in any style. You can also break the rules and unlearn what you have learned, but you got to learn in the first place.
Okay. Thank you very, very much. Dneska jsem tady se známým francouzským kreslířem Achdé, který kreslí hlavně Luckyho Luka. Hello.
Hello. Hello again.
Hello again. How do you like Vienna again?
Yes, again. Vienna is a marvelous town, very cultural, beautiful, sincerely beautiful, with a marvelous past. And it's the 8th time I come here.
8?
Yes.
Oh.
It's really a pleasure to come. I have some friends here, real friends, like the directress of the MoMAC, for example, and the readers in Austria are really
I work for the Paris Comic
like
Con.
that.
They're really fans. I always see a queue in this area, a big queue.
Yes, it's very surprising. I thought in coming here for a Comic Con, more specials for the superhero and Marvel and DC Comics universe. I thought, okay, good for me. I stay in a chair to smoke, to drink, and to do nothing. And no.
Damn it.
No, damn it, really impossible to be.
Oh.
I think all my readers have no home, in fact, and they stay here because it's warm and it's perfect to stay here.
Your name is from the first letters of your original name?
Yeah.
And so you come with it all by yourself?
Yes, I chose my name because I come from the old generation of the comic strip genre, and at this time, before the 80s, each artist find a nickname because we prefer to be quiet, certainly, but often it's for the family.
Yeah.
For the family. The reason why I use my two letters, my surname and my real name. Easy.
Which character from Lucky Luke you are loving most to draw?
No one. I like to draw all the characters. It's often a strange question. In fact, it's a question to the children.
Yeah.
The children say, I prefer to do that. No, I like to draw. It's very simple. I like to draw, and all the characters are very important for me. And it's always different. Of course, it's the same characters in all the series, but in fact, all the stories are different. And the reason why is so various for me. So I have no preference.
You told me before that you've been working at radiology and your family wasn't really thrilled you became a comic book artist.
Yes, but she put me. She was the reason why I tried to do this job, because she saw me each night working on my drawing table, and one time she told me, okay, Ali, try it. If you don't do it, you'll never know if you could do it. And it's like that I start. Thank for her.
Your colleague next to you, Adam Hughes, told me that his hobby became a work, and he just can't draw when he comes back from work to home. Do you draw when you come back home, or do you have some other hobby just to relax?
No, I draw always. I paint too, and since 5 years I practice the photographic, but with the old process.
So analog?
Oh no, old process. In fact, I take picture like in 1852. I use collodion glass sheet and a very old camera, around the 50, 60. Whoa. And like that I could do a picture always, because I need only a chemical particle and prepare everything. Yes, it's a collodion ambrotype the name exactly.
That's awesome, because I hardly mastered making photos on a paper myself. So the thing with the glass is really amazing.
yeah. In fact, if you look into Google and ambrotype, you're gonna see what is this, and it's okay. It's difficult because you need really technique. It's very long. If you do 2 pictures in the morning, you are really happy. But for me, it's something I take my time. I need to be quiet. And in this time, in this period where everybody run, everybody are. My assistant look at his watch and he say, quick, okay, quick.
No, it's not for the sketch, just for the interview, just...
Oh,
okay.
Okay, do you have some tip for aspiring young artists?
Oh. Usually I say to them, when I have a student or young artist come, always the same thing. First, do what you like to do. Don't care of the fashion or the... No. If you want to make a big noise, if you want to make a superhero, if you do what you want to do. As the first thing. If you do what you want and what you like, you will be good. Because if you like what you do it well. The second thing is you must work. If you are lazy, stop it. Because in fact, this job is difficult, and the young artists who stay on the job, it's the artists who work every day, and don't be lazy. The third thing is it's a bad news. Nobody is waiting for you. Nobody. You are alone. And fourth thing is it's a good news. It's a French sentence. We said the train pass for everywhere.
Yeah.
And for everybody. One time in your life you have the chance. Pick it. Yeah. It's all. After I say good luck.
Další interview máme s Mahmudem Asrarem, výborným kreslířem, který určitě znáte, DC, Marvel, Image, všechno, co si přejete. Hello, Mahmud.
Hi.
How are you enjoying Vienna?
Oh, I love it. We recently moved to Vienna. It's been 2 years actually. And I love it here. And being here is also great fun.
Oh, awesome. I want to ask you about your. You were working in a lot of famous companies, Marvel, DC, Image, a lot. Is there some differences between the companies you work, or?
Sure, every company has a little bit of difference between each other. If you're working for an independent company, then like Image, or if you're doing your own thing, you have more liberties on what you want to do, and you have less editorial pressure on you. But if you work for DC or Marvel, then of course there is a bit more responsibility when what you have to do with the characters and stuff. So like, if you want to portray Captain America, you have to do it in a certain way, you know, and you have to fit that into the whole universe. So you have to consider all these things. And between Marvel and DC, there are slight differences as well, but they're kind of superficial, you could say. Yeah.
And what are you working on now?
I was recently on the Avengers, all different Avengers. I really recently moved on to the totally awesome Hulk.
Oh, nice! Glad to hear that. I wanted to ask you, you're originally from Turkey?
There's usually a confusion about that because I was born and raised in Turkey, but I'm technically half Austrian and half Pakistani.
Oh, okay.
So everybody assumes I'm Turkish. In a sense, I'm Turkish, but not on paper.
Okay, are you following somehow like Turkish comic scene or not at all?
Of course, yeah. As I said, I grew up there and I started doing comics over there, and I had friends that I did comics together with who still do comics, and some of them do this internationally and some of them do this locally. So I try to keep a close eye on those, yeah.
And are there a lot of original comics or just translating the ones from West?
Both, you would say both. Mostly translated comics all around the world, from manga to the European comics to superhero stuff. There are of course a few local comics as well. Mostly in Turkey what's popular is the humor comics. But recently
like
there are
or something like that.
Sure, yeah, like the Mad magazine, for example, but recently there are some different graphic novels and comics popping up, so that's good news, I'd say.
Oh, that's awesome. Classic question. What your parents said about you being a comic book artist? It's not really popular among parents in general.
Well, I was lucky in that sense because my family always were supportive of my talent and my abilities so they never discouraged me. But they were of course worried, and they wanted me to have a steady job, not to be a freelancer and have a steady income all the time. But they found, I was lucky enough to get good jobs and stuff like that, so I quickly showed them that they didn't have to worry. So yeah, all turned out well.
That's awesome to hear. Do you have some, again, a classic question, do you have some favorite character, or do you miss some character you usually draw but not anymore?
As I was saying this again to somebody today, like the thing with me is usually when I do enjoy a lot of characters, but once you draw them a lot, you start to get a bit bored, or it gets a bit tedious. So like even if you're drawing your favorite character, it can get boring. So you could be interested in different characters that you were never accustomed to drawing before. So like it always changes with me. Right? So in that sense, it's like an evolution, So yeah, but I do miss drawing a Supergirl a bit because that was a fun book, Yeah. But I'm really happy with the Marvel stuff right now, and I'm looking forward to doing more of the Hulk. Yeah.
Oh yes. Do you have some advice for young aspiring comic book artists?
Well, this is usually very simple, and people think I'm making fun, but you have to draw and draw all the time. There's technically no shortcuts in this business. You have to do the hard work. The more you do something, the better you get at it. So like, you just have to put in the hard work. There are things that you might get bored of drawing, like, I don't know, people usually are bored with drawing backgrounds, maybe cars or something. But if you draw a car 10 times, you get better each time. If you draw a car 100 times, then now you get, it becomes easier, and you could do it faster, and you could do it well. So like, you will feel better about it. So try to keep those in mind.
Did you want it to be something else besides comic book artist?
No.
That's the best answer. You mentioned Supergirl. Did you design her new costume or not?
I worked on some costume designs for the character, but they weren't used. We ended up using the design that Jim Lee came up with, but I changed some parts of it a bit to suit my style and maybe make it a bit more streamlined for the series.
Okay, thank you very much. It was really pleasure to meet you. Thank you.
Na Vídeňskom Comic Cone sme tu ešte stretli Michala Petrusa. Ahoj.
Ahoj.
Ktorý konečne vydal komiks On the Coast of Dream. Tak, o čem je ten komiks v prvom rade?
Ten komiks je vlastně o putování do nějakého snového světa. Je to především takový hlavní motivy, jsou tam vůle a putování a sebeobětování, ale především je to teda o otci, který jde do světa snů, aby zachránil svoji dceru, která je vlastně v komatu. Potkává tam různé bytosti a musí bojovat s různýma příšerama, aby ji vlastně vysvobodil.
Ten komiks už pred nejakým časom bol vlastne na Kickstarteri. Podarilo sa vám vybrať tú plnú čiastku, tú minimálnu požadovanú, alebo ste mali ešte aj niečo navyše?
Měli jsme něco navíc, ono to vlastně šlo hodně nahoru a potom vlastně, když lidi zjistili, kteří to jakoby chtěli podpořit, aby to vyšlo a zjišťovali třeba, že už to má jako dost velkou podporu, tak třeba ještě pár dolarů jako sebrali jako zpátky a dali to třeba ještě někam jinam. To jsou různí mecenáši, kteří se snaží jako podporovat, aby to vlastně vzniklo. Jo, takže jsme to získali a šli jsme ještě o něco vejš.
No, viem, že tam boli, česká scéna bola už trošku z toho nervózna, pretože na tom Kickstarteri si boli pred 2-3 rokmi, tuším, tak nejak, 2. A samozrejme hejteri sa ozvali.
Je to tak ona Česká republika si myslím, že je známá tím a vůbec ta komiksová česká scéna, že je silně kritická a tak se to projevilo. A pro mě bylo hlavně důležité to, že já jsem tam viděl trochu rozdíl mezi zahraničím a Čechama v tom, že ne, že by tam snad patřili všichni Češi, chraň Bůh, ale že v tom zahraničí ty lidi chtěli podpořit projekt a nekupovali si jakoby knížku, jo? Že jim šlo o tu podporu těch autorů a toho, co vzniká a to pro ně bylo důležitý. A potom vlastně skrze byly tam prostě nějaký průtahy, které vznikly tím, že jsme absolutně neodhadli to, jak to dlouho bude trvat. Prostě já jsem si to potom počítal a kdyby to byl jenom full-time job, nedělal bych něco jiného, tak by to fakt těch 100 stránek trvalo rok. Takže já jsem samozřejmě, protože jsem musel něco jíst a tak dále, vůbec jsme to nedali v tomhle směru, jako opravdu jsme to podcenili celý a to byl ten problém. A pro mě bylo důležité, že ty lidi, jakoby, když jsme dávali updaty, tak vlastně nás jako mi motivovali, jo, hlavně to udělejte, jo, máte problémy, OK, ale prostě hlavně to dodělat a těšíme se na to. A to bylo hrozně důležitý. A vlastně na konci té kampaně, když to všechno skončilo, tak to bylo pro mě vlastně nejdůležitější, že když jsme to rozeslali, tak ty lidi nám potom zpátky vlastně psali jakoby takový krátký recenze nebo jakoby zpětné vazby a říkali, že to za to stálo, že si počkali a že je to baví. Takže čekáme na další reakce a uvidíme, snad to bude super, no.
Jo. A ještě taková otázka, vlastně ten komiks vyšel čisto v angličtině, je nějaký plán, aby to vyšlo v češtině?
Já bych hrozně rád, aby to vyšlo ještě v češtině. Jak jsem říkal, že vlastně teďko je to venku, čekáme hlavně na ty reakce, tak uvidíme podle těch reakcí, jestli bychom to vydali i jakoby v české verzi. Přece jenom byl to Kickstarter, lidi si to kupovali jako z celého světa, takže ta angličtina byla jakoby priorita, ale já bych určitě chtěl i udělat českou verzi. Ale samozřejmě něco to stojí, takže musíme vědět, že ten zájem nějaký bude.
Jo, ještě k tomu zahraničiu, plánuje se tam nějak do zahraničí nějaká ještě navíc distribuce okrem těch, čo si to už na tom Kickstarteru koupili? Někdo oslovil, alebo?
Jo, už během Kickstarteru vlastně nás oslovili nějaký jako publisheri z Británie, ale v zásadě, říkám, my teď jako vyčkáváme na ty reakce a pak se do toho pustíme, no. Ono je to poměrně jakoby dlouhý proces vlastně dostat se k těm lidem a nabízet jim to a čekat vlastně na tu zpětnou vazbu zase od nich. Už jsme to vlastně i v té první vlně některým publisherům do světa rozeslali přímo jednu kopii každému, takže uvidíme, co bude za reakce.
Jo. Ešte taká otázka, čím sa líšite od klasických českých autorov, klasických českých komiksových autorov?
No, nevím, jak se liším od autorů, ale minimálně ten komiks třeba po příběhové stránce si myslím, to by možná řekl Viktor Schauer, který psal ten příběh, který já jsem potom zpracoval.
Dobre, tak v tom prípade, čím sa tvoja kresba líší od ostatných komiksových?
Já jsem chtěl říct, že ten příběh asi prostě jako na českém poli takový asi jako nebyl, prostě, že nevím, co by tady bylo podobného. A co se týče té výtvarné stránky, tak já si myslím, že Češi, ten český komiks od té generace 0, mám pocit, že byl hodně takový jako často umělecký, expresivní, experimentální komiks a jako podobný. A já jsem se snažil udělat jakoby něco víc stravitelného pro mainstreamového čtenáře. To znamená, že jsem se snažil, aby ta stylizace byla víc jako možná mainstreamová, přitom jsem v tom chtěl zanechat jako něco samozřejmě ze sebe, takže, nebo co nejvíc ze sebe, takže asi to by mohl být rozdíl.
To už jsme v pár dieloch Comics Holic řešili, že v podstatě česká mainstreamová scéna je vlastně underground, no proti svetu. A že ten právě underground je u nás mainstream akoby.
No.
Tak by sa tak dalo povedať. Ty okrem teda toho, že si dokončil ten Cause of the Dreams, máš, alebo si spoluzakladateľ firmy Profi Comics, ktorá vlastne nejak podporuje tých mladých tvorcov, autorov, komiksových kresliarov, aby sa nejak rozhúpli. Ako vznikol vôbec ten nápad na ten Profi Comics?
Ten nápad byl čistě praktický a to bylo vlastně z toho důvodu, kdy já už se jakoby kreslením živím v tomhle oboru přes 9 let a prostě v nějaké době jsem si řekl, že už těch zakázek je moc, nestíhám to, potřeboval bych s tím pomoct. Zároveň mi často chodily zakázky, na který jsem nebyl vhodný. Prostě stylizace toho, co bych měl jako tvořit, mi byla třeba trochu cizí. Tak jsem začal vlastně hledat lidi, kteří by to mohli dělat se mnou, pomáhat. A potom právě s kolegou Viktorem Šauerem jsme si řekli, že prostě uděláme studio a že vlastně začneme spolupracovat s freelancerama, budeme jim vlastně schánět ty zakázky, budeme s nimi tvořit prostě projekty zajímavý a budeme se snažit jakoby rozvíjet tu komerční stránku té ilustrace a vůbec dostat komiks mnohem víc jakoby do té komerční sféry pro propagaci čehokoliv v podstatě. Takže asi takhle to vznikalo.
Jo. Takže pokiaľ následuje nějaký komiksový začínající umelec, čo má spraviť preto, aby nějak vlastně ste mu dali nějakou zakázku?
Já si myslím, že nejdůležitější je mít nějaký ukázky jakoby toho, co ten člověk, co je pro něj důležitý, nebo v čem by se chtěl jakoby rád rozvíjet, co by chtěl dělat, to je důležitý. A potom samozřejmě, protože my samozřejmě pracujeme především na komerčních zakázkách, tak mít i něco na ukázku z té oblasti. To znamená nějaký styl, který můžeme vidět třeba i na reklamách a podobně. Není to nutný, my samozřejmě, když uvidíme někoho, kdo pracuje už kvalitně nebo prostě to má v sobě, tak to už jakoby z toho dokážeme jakoby poznat. Ale minimálně mít portfolio, minimálně, já nevím, 10 ukázek, mít nějakých jako finální práce, nemusí to být jako reálná zakázka nebo něco, ale aby to nějak vypadalo, no a ideálně dát to do PDF a poslat nám to na e-mail do studia, my se na to mrkneme a pak můžeme s tím člověkem teprve pracovat nějak dál do té doby, dokud nevíme, co umí, tak s ním jako těžko něco navážem, což se nám občas stává, že lidi píšou, chtěli by něco s náma, ale nemají vlastně nic na ukázku.
Aha. Na čem ještě pracuješ momentálně?
No, teďko hlavní prioritou vlastně naší je Nanits Chronicles, což je projekt, který se snaží vlastně představit novou platformu čtení komiksů v digitální formě. No a do toho se vlastně pokládáme teďko, co nejvíc to jde a taky tady máte vlastně možnost Nanity vidět.
Před chvíľou som dokončila rozhovor s Michalom Petrusom, ktorý pracuje na projekte Nanits. Mám tu vedľa seba aj človeka, ktorý vlastne kreslí pre Nanits, Briana. Ahoj.
Ahoj.
Otázka, tam už sme v predchádzajúcej reportáži mali, že ten Nanits je takový špecifická platforma, kreslí sa v špecifickom programe. Aké to bolo pre teba kresliť v takomto niečom úplne inom, než je klasický Photoshop?
Tak ono vo všeobecnosti sa jedná o taký unikátnejší projekt, lebo máme tam ako aj taký väčší tím okolo toho kreatívny, že proste 3D modely, no potom kresba, samozrejme kolor a takto. Proste z rôznych disciplín sa tam ako našli tí umelci a je to ako taký náročnejší proces, ale keď už všetky tie ako pucle do seba zapadnú, tak je to fakt, že radosť robiť na tomto projekte. No a čo sa týka samotného toho kreslenia, tak keďže ten komiks nie je ako bezstranový, je to vlastne niečo postavené na princípe tej Infinite Canvas, tak tam treba rozmýšľať vlastne, ako sa dá využiť toto médium, vlastne táto celá funkcia. Takže je to trošku inšie ako strany a rozmýšľať na tých panov na stranách, ale no, je to trošku.
Ako si sa vlastne k tomu projektu dostal na ten Nanits?
Tak k Nanitom som sa dostal práve cez spomínaný Profi Comics. Chvíľu som nejakých, ja neviem, rok, dva sme spolupracovali s Michalom cez práve Profi Comics. Tam sme napríklad pracovali aj na ABCčku, tam sme robili nejaký taký celoročný komiks a potom vlastne prišla aj táto ponuka tých nanitov, že takže viac menej cez ten Profi Comics.
Tvoj štýl kresby je v podstate úplne iný, než kreslali zo Slovenska a Česká. Je v podstate takový západný mainstreamový. Prečo si sa rozhodol kresliť vlastne typický západný komiks na rozdiel od ostatných, ktorí majú každý vlastný štýl?
Aha, no tak ja by som povedal, že ja ten svoj štýl ešte tak hľadám, že ako je to tiež taký proces, že neviem, ja som si už vlastne prešiel nejakými takými etapami, že napríklad kedysi som kreslil mangu a takéto veci, zase ten východnejší štýl a proste postupne som sa dostal ako k tomu západnejšiemu feelu a ja neviem, ako by som to tak opísal, ja som jednak aj tvorím, ale hrozne rád obdivujem tých umelcov. Napríklad teraz na tomto Viedeňskom Comic Cone, tak som sa mal možnosť stretnúť s Mahmudom Asrarom, s Adamom Hughesom a proste ja obdivujem hrozne týchto umelcov. Čiže možno sa to nejako na mňa časom tak nalepilo alebo čo, ale vravím, že ešte hľadám viac menej tú svoju cestu.
To bol úžasný Viedeňský Comic Con.
Doufám, že ste si ho užili s náma pořádně.
Dozvedeli sme sa niečo nového, videli sme množstvo super vecí, množstvo cosplayov, úžasných kresliarov sme stretli.
Poznali jsme spoustu zajímavých rad. Hlavní rada a zásada letošního Vídeňského Conu zní: kreslete smradi.
A kontrolujte si, či máte zapnutý mikrofon.
A vypnutou kameru.
The table on the chair, it was awful.
Sorry. Is it okay to make first two?
Come again.
Okay.
I don't remember. Ask me the question.
Okay, thank you very much.
Máš tam zapnuté červené tlačítko, jo? Svietí to tam červené. Dobrý, ja mám mikrofón, som už kontroloval. Ja pre istotu už 10 vecí kontrolujem.